Here's a really lovely Sancti Mei by Lassus, arranged for 2 tenor viols by Patrice Connolly. This is another of her Saraband publications where she's arranged things to fit nicely on 2 tenors. If you're a tenor player and you're short of repertoire, I really recommend heading over to the Saraband website. Patrice has done this with a lot of music, transposed it so it fits nicely on tenors. So you really do have plenty to play as a tenor player. This is on page 10. Very beautiful, quite simple, but fits really very nicely. I love playing vocal music. So we're going to look at the top part. Starting with the top part, however, is slightly risky because there are some very, very long notes at the beginning and it's tempting to set off, therefore, slightly too quickly and then tie yourself in a knot for later. So just look at the second part for a second and we'll just think... sort of thing. That's what we get in bar 4. So that should help us sort our long opening notes. So the interest is in the bottom part, isn't it, at the beginning? There you get the most beautiful line. Our job is just essentially to make a really nice sound. That's all you've got to do. There's only 4 notes to play. So let's make the first one not grow massively dramatically. I mean, let's not have a really inelegant swelling in that first note, but let's absolutely take it into the second note. So I'm going to start right at the tip. I'm going to use the whole bow. And in bar 3, those 2 notes, although it's 2 semi-reeves and they look kind of similar on the page, Mei, the second syllable, is definitely weaker than the first. So let's have a really good quality sound on the E. And just less, still really good quality, but less of it on the D. Let's just play that together. The most beautiful sound you ever made. Ever so relaxed with this arm. Just all on 1 string. There's nothing to think about with the bow. Beautiful open sound after 2. 1, 2. Going on. They're such satisfying lines, aren't they? So, fingering wise, you plant yourself in first position and stay there. You could think about stopping the D in bar 6. It's quite nice to have it on the same string as the quavers. It's also quite nice to just mark it a little bit on an open string. I think I would play an open string there. Rising crotchets, we're going to use slightly more bow per note. And we're going to relax onto that F sharp. This is bar 4 coming up. 1, 2. Go on. Now we've got a problem. So if we'd seen that coming, we would have arranged to have a finger left, wouldn't we, for the G sharp. So from the end of bar 8, We're fine in the first position. Now here, why don't we put a 2 on this A? This is the start of 11. And now we've got a finger left to play the G sharp with. So we're going to use the open G, the crotchet at the end of 10, to make our shift backwards, and a second finger on the A at the start of 11. Should we play that from the end of bar 8? Starting on a B, right at the tip of the bow. Plenty of bow for this. Don't be stingy about the crotchets. Yeah, plenty of bow. Beautiful sweeping sound from the end of bar 8. 1, 2, 3. Shift back. Change finger here, back to a 1. So in 13, I went back to first position, largely because here, the F sharp to the C sharp, it's nicer to do that 3-2 than it is to do it 4-3, I think. So take the opportunity in the rest at the start of 13, put yourself back in first position, back bow, chordal fingering here. So don't forget, when you add your second finger, the 3 doesn't come off. If the 3 is going to come off, you might as well have taken it across the string. It's meant to smooth the string change with the bow by keeping those fingers down. Ooh, whistly strings today. Here, we're quite close to the heel, aren't we, for these quavers? So just be careful that they don't come out kind of sticky and horrible. Just very relaxed. Really relax your right hand. Make sure your elbow isn't out here. Otherwise, you're just going to get horribly gloopy quavers, crunchy quavers. They are going to come near the heel. Very, very relaxed. We'll go from bar 13, from the second minim, on a back bow, getting ourselves to the tip. And 1. Going on. Just stop there a second. So from 18, this all works very nicely in first position fingering wise. Just make sure you're holding your fingers down. So after you've played the A, you're adding the 3 for the F sharp, not taking the 1 off and replacing it. And then move the 1 over to play the B with. But the F sharp should still be there, so there's always something in contact with the fingerboard. So don't let the B go as you add the 4th finger. Don't let the 1 go as you add the 4 here. And I think the G there, this is 22, I think the G is stronger than the F sharp. So more weight with your middle finger on the bow to play the G, and take it all off. Use your 4th finger to help support the bow as you play the F sharp. Shall we go from 18 on a back bow? Just looking for chances to hold your fingers down. It's a very kind of free moving thing, this. I think you can be generous with your bow. If you're too have that kind of freedom of a singer. Just imagine a singer singing this beautifully mellifluous line. We'll paint big pictures with our bow for this. This is bar 18. And 1. There's another place where it's easy to run out of fingers if we're not looking ahead. 23 is alright, isn't it? Top string if you fancy, 4th finger if you'd rather, that's entirely up to you. But I think the first note of that bar is stronger than the second one. Look at the word. Now here, on the top B, instead of going for 3, if you put a 4th finger on the top, we've made our way back into half position. And we've got a finger left to play the G sharp with. Yeah, did you get that? So that was in 25. After the bottom B. 4 on the top. And then we bought ourselves an extra finger. And there's plenty left to play all of that with. Let's play from 23. 3, 4. So a few things to think about in here. 27, let's pair these a bit. Look at the words. So those first 2 notes, stronger syllable, weaker syllable. I'm inclined to play a 4th finger for this G. To make it part of the same word. Again, personal taste really, but I like that. All on 1 string. Now, change position here. It's the tenor player's worst place to be, isn't it? G sharp, F sharp, back to the G sharp. It's much nicer if you can fit that up here. So in order to see it coming, we need to, in 30, we need to take an opportunity to be able to get to there. Let's not leave it too late, so it's risky, I think. I think that's a risky route to take. I would go 1 on the E, 1 on the F sharp. Very nice and neat way to get up there. Should we just play that? 30, and we're going to shift in the middle of the bar. 1, 1 between the E and the F sharp. Don't forget to take your thumb with you, because if you move your first finger up, but I've left my thumb here, and now I can't reach with my 4. So if you end up with that kind of hand shape, doesn't help at all. If you shift, you have to take your whole hand, thumb included. We'll just do the shift. This is bar 30. 3, 4. Move everything. Same thing once more. Bar 30. 3, 4. How about once more before we stick that phrase together? Bar 30. 3, 4. Let's go back then to 27. See if we can remember the shift when we get to 30. 27 and 1. Don't shift until here. So 32. We can play that first F sharp in the position we're in, can't we? And we've got an open D string to come down on. Again, I like this with a 4. I like this with a 4 as well. The D in the middle of the penultimate bar, this one, is much more interesting than the D in the final bar. Because in the penultimate bar, your friend comes and puts an E against it. So there's a beautiful harmony in there. But the final one, just a very relaxed octave. So make sure there's more sound here than there is here. Let's play it through. So I've recorded both parts of this. We'll do it once with me playing both and you can play along. And then I'll just play the bottom part and you can join me by adding the top one in.